What's up, guys? Welcome back to 7th Gear, the channel. My name is Lorenzo. My friends call me Renzo. Today we are headed to MPACT COTA 2025, taking the M5. We've got like an hour drive to the racetrack from my house. I haven't been to one of these before, so we'll see how it goes. Stay with us. Well, guys, I am back from the show. I didn't really vlog anything while I was there. Just kind of enjoyed it and didn't really want to walk around recording anything. I did grab some stills for Instagram. Follow me at Ride with Renzo to get more content there. We did bring home some hardware from MPACT. Best wheel setup, which is really cool. So to start off, the car is in individual Nardo gray. I always wanted an M3 back in the day with Tartufo. So Nardo over Tartufo is kind of like always a dream spec for me. And whenever I saw this M5, because previously I had an M550, did full PPF on that. Never did any mods because I just never really was satisfied with the M550. As far as the aesthetics, the power was really good for the budget, but I just loved the width and the aggression of the M5, and so I ended up switching out of that into this. The car is lowered on M550 springs. It's really common for guys with M5s to run the M550 springs because it actually sits slightly lower in the rear and it has a slightly more comfortable ride. I am up to 21s front and rear, so I lose about, that much of tire sidewall, but it's not a big deal. Fitment is on the money. Occasionally I do slightly rub, as you can see, on the tire, just ever so slightly over like double compression bumps, but it's not a big deal. And the fitment is just money. So that's the wheel setup there. VT Forge wheels, carbon lip. I did send the brake calipers off to Blast Coatings in Florida to have them finished in Brembo orange gold. You see that commonly on like the GTRs. However, the Brembo on the GTRs is in red. But I wanted something similar to Tartufo that kind of blended in. It wasn't too harsh with the gray, because I did originally coat them in a color closer to the Tartufo color, and it just looked way too chocolatey brown. Because everything in the wheel well gets darker just because of the shading of the wheel and the barrel and whatnot. And so I ended up going with Brembo orange gold, and then added on the Brembo branding instead of the M, just to kind of change it up. And then we also tied that into the 3-piece center cap from VT Forged. We did win best wheel setup at MPACT, and so that really is a signifier that we did the right setup here. So it's really cool to see that it worked out. I have the IND paint to match reflector replacements. I switched these guys out to carbon. I want to do something here instead of leaving it blank. I want to do something with like a stripe to maybe match the centers, or maybe even putting back the M5 comp badge there. I do like how subtle it is. It is debadged, and it's kind of like the normally what I do for my dailies is debadge everything and kind of be under the radar. It has a factory carbon roof. I did add the carbon splitter, and it's extremely low. I mean, I can barely, you know, get to there on my foot without it squeezing me. And it's terrifying every time I run over or go over any type of speed bump. I don't know what the measurement is, but I'm gonna use an iPhone 16 Pro to show you guys how low it is. I have the slip co on the bottom, and that's helped a little bit, but I was sick with pneumonia at the beginning of the year, and I made the dumb decision to drive this instead of that. And I ran into a parking block at the doctor's office. And so I put a crack in the front of the splitter there. Other than that, it's held up really well. That was just a dumb idea that I had. I mean, I obviously wasn't thinking straight because I had pneumonia. So yeah, should have taken that because I could literally run over anything. I also have the kidney grill surrounds in carbon, as well as carbon roundel, carbon side skirts. The antenna fin is carbon rear wing, matching carbon roundel, and then a mode carbon diffuser, which is a must on these cars. Really finicky trying to get that from them. I've heard a lot of bad things about mode carbon as far as like the customer service side. I ran into my own issues here and there, but was able to get it on the car. The fit and finish was not as good as you would hope. I think what they were telling me is that the bumpers changed slightly, and so the fit and finish, you know, to the average person, you're not gonna really notice anything, but being down there trying to get it to fit, it was a nightmare. But it looks really good, and it's definitely a must, in my opinion, to have a good diffuser, to just tie everything in, to make it all balanced out as far as the way it looks. I have a few other mods I want to do for aesthetics. Carbon hood, potentially a carbon trunk, and minor things here and there. I think that pretty much does it. The roundel on the steering wheel does match the exterior ones, and that's really it. It's a great car. Literally has everything I wanted. Heated, cooled, massage seats. It has everything I think you could really spec. Soft closed doors, which is pretty cool for a car that's as sporty as this is. I think the window sticker originally was like 140, which is really high for an M5. I love it. I think it handles well. I think it sounds amazing. It's really chill whenever you're just wanting it to be, and then once you get on it, it really hogs the nail. So it really doesn't need much, just some minor things. Potentially doing the CSL DRLs. I think that would look really good and kind of tie in with the gold hues, but that's really expensive too. So let me know in the comments, should I do CSL DRLs? Let me know what I should do to it. Hoods, different wing, you tell me. I'm all ears for it. Other than that, guys, it's a quick video. I really wish I would have shown more from the show. I did a helicopter ride, which is terrifying but awesome at the same time. Really cool impact show. They had literally everything going on. Roll racing on the front stretch, drifting in turn 15. Then they had like through the S's and all the way to turn 12, they were doing like circuit ride-alongs, as well as the show, as well as the helicopter tours. And they literally, I think they had a burnout contest, a little bit of everything. A lot of cool cars out there. Really stoked to take home one of the awards, because as I was telling some people that were there, you know, it's really hard to park this next to like an M2 that's heavily modified, or even a Supra that's heavily modified, because there were Supras there, because hey, they're BMWs, right? But it's really hard to win because this is so subtle and so clean that when you put it next to something with a huge wing, huge diffuser, crazy aero, crazy canards, this looks less modified, unless you really know what you're looking at. So for what it is, I'm really happy with how it turned out. And yeah, it's not trying to be a race car. I wanted something that was luxurious, really fast, really nice to look at, but still, you know, had details that if somebody knew what they were looking at, they could point out, like the fact that that's not a factory brake color. I don't think that many people know, because a lot of guys are like, oh, those are the carbon ceramics. I'm like, no, the rotors are steel. They're drilled if you look at them. And I think they just get thrown off because it has a goldish hue like the carbon ceramics do. But in the right shading, they definitely look more of that orangish gold. So really happy with it. Really stoked to bring home some hardware. If you haven't already, please follow me at Ride with Renzo on Instagram. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Quick, short update, walk around video of the M5 and with some hardware. So if you have any questions about any of the mods, definitely drop a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer you. See y'all in the next one.